So welcome to the familiar site of the Nine Bowling Club here in the Hutt Valley, and it's a warm day, although it's a bit overcast, but conditions are really ideal for playing outdoors, and we're at the final stages of the National Under-21 Kittyhawk Singles Championship. We've had 3 days of play, we're into the final stages, and we're going to show you one of the two semi-finals, and featuring these two players here. One of them you'll certainly recognise is standing there on the left in the black from Paratutu, and that is Briar Atkinson, and she'll be playing against Petone Central player in Jaden Burns. And those two have battled their way through, and they really have battled too, because there's been some exciting and very close matches for our under-21 players. We'll talk a bit more about the tournament as it goes on and who entered, and one of those people who played in this a couple of years ago is joining me for commentary today, Ewan Wong. It's very nice to have you alongside me, Ewan, to give some expertise. And I suppose what we can do is first of all talk about these two players, because they've played exceptionally well to get here, haven't they?
Yes, thanks John, it's a pleasure to be commentating and pleasure to be part of this event here again. Yes, Jaden and Briar have played some great bowls in the conditions against some very tricky opposition.
Yes, I'll say. So this is an event which was started back in 1992. It was the Kittyhawks for developing and promoting young players, and I think some of those involved with it are still involved in bowls in various ways at the moment. Gary Fleming, Murray Dixon, Graham Scott, who really were instrumental in getting this thing going. Kittyhawks was a big name, wasn't it, in bowls, and was really important for a long time. So it had a period where it went into non-existence. So you'll be delighted that it's come back.
Yes, I'm very happy that it is back. It was an instrumental part of my bowling career. It's
yes.
where I had my breakthrough moment to get recognition. And yes, like you say, it's been around for over 30 years now.
Yeah.
And you look at the past winners list, a lot of New Zealand representatives in there, and even going back, Justin Goodwin went to the Commonwealth Games, same as Richard Collett, Jamie Hill. It's Shannon McElroy as well.
Yeah.
Can't miss out him.
No. And his wife.
Yes.
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 It has been done, and we'll talk more about some of those names who've won and then gone on to better things. So what we've got here is Briar Atkinson, who has played for New Zealand already as a youngster, and was, I think, the year before last, the most promising player nationally, and was with bowls like this that she has continued to play and beat the best in the country. And Jaden Burns, who I think has taken a year off bowls, hasn't he, and just sort of popped back in here to say hello at the Kittyhawks.
Yes, so he's a 4th or 5th year bowler, I believe. He had played junior reps and some development reps as well, so we definitely recognised him around the Wellington scene, but he has taken a little bit of time off to focus on his work and studies.
Well, I think what a lot of players will be thinking to themselves is, occasionally I just feel as though I need a bit to freshen up a wee bit, and maybe some time out will help. And certainly Jaden Burns has played some exceptional bowls this weekend. He's up against a really tough opponent, and Briar Atkinson, who's doing the measure now. She's already been okayed to take one out. Pam Mulford is the marker today from the Plympton Bowling Club locally, and she holds up a 2. So Briar Atkinson begins in this race to 21 with a 2 on the first end.
Yes, and even Briar herself, when I had a chat with her during the event, she's been very busy with her studies as well, doing a nursing degree up at WIT, I believe.
Yes.
So she probably hasn't played as much bowls as she's like to either, so she's done well to just show her class.
Yep.
Get to this event.
And I think it is, and class does certainly come to the surface, doesn't it, in events like this. We've seen, while it's under 21, the two of the most prominent names in youth bowls, the McEwen brothers from Dunedin, are here, aged 9 and 12 respectively. Geordie and Lockie. here, and they both got through a fair way in this tournament because it ended up after qualifying two groups, the Division 1 and Division 2. So we've seen real youth, and then those who are just under the 21 age limit.
You're doing the course for me? Oh, that's all you do.
Yes, it's been quite a sight seeing Geordie and Lockie bowl. Got to say, with their driving, got to be up there pound for pound among the fastest drivers in New Zealand, because they have a good backswing and they let it rip.
Yeah. And there's no messing around, is there? Just stand on the mat and away they go. I think it's their highlight, really, although their father, Brett, who's here, and I think their mother might be here as well.
Shannon is here as well.
They coach them, or they're coached nicely to, as most players, the draw is the most important bowl you've got in your hand, but their eyes light up when there is an opportunity to have a rip.
Yes. Briar's made a good correction here.
May well have given herself 2 here with that little movement of the jack. As you can see, there's a bit of breeze out here, but it's not noticeable really. I mean, we've seen worse at Nainai, and we've had stinking hot weather. It was 25 degrees yesterday, and it was in the 20s on the first day. Today, even though it looks overcast, it's hovering around 20 degrees, and the only, I suppose, is a slight breeze is affecting them over this side, because things have changed here, haven't they, Ewan, with the completion of the swimming pool on one side, and we're sitting on the other side with the at the clubhouse. So they're right up against the clubhouse, these are, and I'm using rink 1.
Yes, so there has been a bit of a wind tunnel effect. We'll see if Jaden comes back here for shot.
Really
Lovely
good.
last bowl. Yes, there is a little bit of a wind tunnel effect here in between the clubhouse and the swimming pool. However, with them being by the clubhouse, there'll probably be a little bit of protection there from the wind.
This Kittyhawk's championship, which started 1992 and then I think went into non-existent, I think 2018 or something like that.
Yes.
And then Wellington brought it back in, didn't they?
Yes, so with the Kittyhawks, during the 90s, it was a mixed event. It was being played in Onehunga, and after a while, you can see around the mid-2000s, where it became a separate men's and women's event, played out of the Pakuranga Club, which had 5 greens, is unfortunately down to 3, I think. Yeah. And from there, up until the mid-2010s, became a mixed event again and played in Wellington, and had a hiatus around COVID time, and now we're back here at Nainai holding the Kittyhawks.
So there's 3 trophies out there. There's one which is a large one, which goes back to 1992 when it was named the men's. It was the men's trophy, and then there's one for the women, and there is an overall trophy as well. Plus there is a Ewan Wong award.
Yeah, almost. So what I have decided to do is to bring back what we called the Special Award, which was something that was around during my time in the Kittyhawks, and that really, it's like an honourable mention of sorts to an exceptional performance or exceeding expectations.
Do you judge that, or have you got a panel out there doing this, Ewan?
I am the single judge, although I do have my scouts out there and the sounding boards out there.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was volunteering marking throughout both days yesterday, so at least I got a close-up look at some of the players. But obviously, if I'm marking one green, it's hard for me to have eyes in the back of my head and look at the other green. Briar's got 3 goodies there. We'll see if Jaden can respond.
Just having trouble with this green. He's just whipping through, and if he does something similar and takes a jack, well, that'll cut down. Oh no, it won't cut down any. So that's a handy end here for Briar Atkinson, who doesn't often miss these opportunities of building
Yes, we call these bonus bowls in our game to be able to add
Ooh.
a shot that's for free.
Yep.
No contest there, but that looks close there as to whether Bry has actually added a fourth.
Just depends how short Jaden's is. How many lollipops? Three. So the score is 5-1. So Briar picked up a couple on the first. Jaden that single on the second. Got the jack and then was heavy with his first three and short with his last. So a 3 there to Briar. So 5-1. First to 21.
First to 21. No time limit and respots on the tee.
So Briar playing the hand which is closest to the clubhouse.
Yes, she pulled up short again on the backhand. Will be interesting to see if on the fifth end she pulls up short again, because if you're a coach you'd like to identify that. And especially at an elite level, short bowls are the bane of our existence.
Yeah.
Lovely correction there from Briar.
Saw with Jaden's first 3 bowls on the previous end, playing the forehand he was there, and he zipped through with a narrow green. He's done the same again here. I think he played the forehand going the other way, didn't he? Yeah. So Briar changing over to the forehand herself.
Yeah, both players here will be looking to experiment with both hands to try and find which one is the most forgiving. At 9i here with the speed of the green, it's sort of medium pace, probably 16, 17 is a good amount of finish on the bowl, so certainly taking a green will be important because it will come back. Jaden might have 2 seconds here. Let's see if he'll be aggressive or not.
He is.
Yep, not bad. Great conversion.
Yep.
Took out shot bowl. Leaves his second there. Unfortunately took out his what would have been the third shot.
Could still be in the count. Might be measuring here, I think. So 1 comes out. From this angle, and it's quite deceptive, Ewan, as you'll soon find out. It really does look as though Briar's is closer, but...
Yes, so Briar's using the black red line SRs, and Jaden's using Aero Optimas. And looks like we've got an umpire call.
Yeah.
We'll see if she brings out the laser measure or not.
Well, Kath does use it, doesn't she? I've seen her. So here we go then. How did Briar Atkinson and Jaden Burns get here? Briar had a victory over Liam Keegan. Jaden and Jacob Inch had a really good battle. Did you mark that one? No.
I marked Briar and Liam.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Jaden and Jacob had a close game as well. I think there was only a few shots in it.
Yeah. And then down on the other side it was Henrietta Scott against Tal Paul, and then Cam Horo, who won this event last year, beat Geordie McEwen. That's Div 2 down there. So we've got this semi-final now, Briar Atkinson against Jaden Burns.
Yes, Briar and Jaden both had very tough fights in their semi-finals, whereas Henrietta and Cameron had more relatively straightforward finals with larger differential.
It's good there that Henrietta Scott, who was prominent in the Nationals, had a good season this year.
Yes.
And Geordie, we've talked about him getting through to the...
Cameron there, yep.
Yeah.
Yes, so Henrietta was a part of that Oceania Challenge, that New Zealand under 2016, I believe,
Yeah,
2023. And Cameron Horro, I believe, was part of the Oceania Challenge, the Māori team.
It was too, yeah.
Last year, leading for them. So they're definitely on the radar of our selectors, and Pam's held up 2 there, so...
That was a good conversion shot, as you mentioned, from Jaden. Worth the measure, obviously.
Yes. It's also a good tip to all the bowlers out there, instead of wasting your time doing finger measures, looking at it, use your eyeballs, get down and have a measure.
So with 36 players entered,
Or 32.
I think there was, and 32 playing, but I think there was some who missed out. But then were brought back in because of withdrawals. That right?
Yep.
That's right. So they had a field of 32, and there'll be lots of other under 21s around the country who will be aware of this and be thinking, I've got to do this next year. So the situation was, you enter, you paid your own way to get here and your own accommodation, and some are billeted, obviously, but then the entry fee fed you for 2 days or 3 days. Good prize money as well, and that chance to sort of be here playing against other players of similar standard or better, just to test yourself. And also you come under the attention of the national selectors.
Yes, it's an important part of our calendar for our age group players. They're all playing that clubhouse side and all finishing narrow.
Yeah. So Cameron's Jaden's put a top on now, so another top. So wind might be just telling a wee bit.
Good adjustment there from Jaden. 2 shots.
So Briar down the other hand, the backhand, can see that promotion of her own, or underneath that for the jack, or just sit the shot out. Not
Good
quite.
result there. Good weight.
Yeah.
An aggressive play here is close.
Gee, that was a good shot.
Another great conversion. It's lovely to see that sort of weight being played instead of just a draw drive strategy. You know, even if you miss, your bowl hangs around at the back and sets it up for later on, albeit this one was his last bowl.
See, that looks definitely the shot from our angle, doesn't it? And yet Pam went into finger, or it must have been just for second.
Yes.
Whether it was 1 or 2. Oh, that might have changed things around. No, still 1 shot. So if we have a look at those bowls, there's one which is sort of black and white,
Yes.
and that's Briar's. The others look to be sort of a dark blue, are they?
Yeah, it's like a dark sort of black and teal.
Oh, okay.
Sense. A shade of blue. How about we go with that?
Yeah.
1 to Jaden there. So they're continuing with these medium length sort of ends. Perhaps actually this one's a short one because Jaden's brought the mat up. So it'll be interesting to see if Briar decides to switch it up, go to long when she gets the jack back. So Briar playing this clubhouse side, Jaden deciding to go forehand around the clock. Let's see how that plays out.
It's frustrating when you've now played 5 ends, that your first bowl can be narrow again. You know, it's getting the computer up top to just keep in tune with things.
Yes, Peter Ballas's book definitely rings in my mind here about how you treat singles.
Yeah.
Not quite my Bible, but it's up there in terms
But
of
worth
how to play.
revisiting every now and then.
Oh, definitely. If you can secure yourself a copy or go to your local library,
Yeah.
it's definitely worth a read for anyone looking to improve their bowls. And Jaden has made a great correction here. Just short of a front toucher. So Briar hasn't got a lot on here other than just drawing to save.
So this is where second shot's a good shot. Is that her? That's not her there.
No, that's Jaden at the back, and Briar's made a great bowl here.
Oh,
That's
gee.
an awesome shot from Briar. Probably inches to draw, and she's done it.
And look at her. You wouldn't even think she's bowled a bowl. She looks the same every time. Here's not bad either.
Well, that's a great effort there.
Gee.
Probably just lacking another sort of 2-3 feet of weight to pop out Briar. We'll be super impressed if Briar draws a second here. Still a great effort in conditions.
Yeah, we can see out there that the flags are moving around quite a bit more than they were an hour ago. And so they are having to contend with the breeze. Single there to Briar. She's up now by 6-4.
Yes, and playing in the wind is certainly something that you can only really learn from experience. You can read all the books you want on it, but
Yeah.
about if it's diagonal, round the clock, if it's in your face, give it a bit more. And that's at the end of the day where, if you ever practice, sometimes you just want to be playing good conditions and be able to just chuck bowl after bowl down, but sometimes you got to play in conditions that replicate match
That's
play.
right, and where no two bowls is going to be the same, where because the wind is never consistent, is it?
Yes. That's a handy first bowl from each player.
They don't mess around this, one bowl is just finished and the next one's on its way.
Yes.
When you're in the groove.
Two great bowls from Briar there. Let's see if...
Here it goes.
Jaden has to be reaching with the second bowl to set himself up for a third and fourth.
Oh. So if you're Briar, what are you doing? Are you putting one past the jack now?
This one has to be past the jack. Even going for the respot would be good because it's unlikely that Jane can get both her bowls out clean. And that is an unforced error there from Briar. Jane will be looking to learn from his second bowl.
Yep, he's playing with a bit of weight here now.
Dangerous weight.
Oh.
Dangerous weight.
Gee, yeah.
That's the risk you take with only one bowl on the head.
Now, Briar will be up. Just over. She just needs to be... Oh, she's just going to pack another one in there.
Yep, that's the gamble.
Oof.
Oh, that's a great shot.
That's
She's
4
hit
shots.
behind. So Jane's only got one choice here.
Yeah.
It's a drive. It's in the area. Great shot.
Yep.
And he's followed through as well. We'll see who sticks around at the respot.
Or did it go out?
I think the jack killed, but
Yeah,
there's balls
yeah.
that rolled backwards
That's right,
towards
back
the
here.
respot.
And so he's
There's Briar's touch are probably in the ditch. We'll wait and see what Pam.
One blue.
So Briar's bowl did hang around.
But that's one is better than 4 as it was looking at the time when he tossed up that very accurate run shot.
Yes, taking the positives out of those situations where
Yep.
you've found a great conversion, 3-shot swing. And if Briar gets a 4 there, she's at 10, 10-4 up, halfway there.
Yeah.
6-shot lead, it's a bit of a hill that's starting to develop.
There's some other activity on here, as you can see in the background, and over on one of the other greens is a visiting club. I think it's Hawera.
Yes.
Here they have an annual match against Nine Eye went up there last year and had a humdinger of a weekend, they said, and they couldn't wait to invite Hawera down here. And there's some people wearing sunglasses when the sun wasn't out, which suggested that it's been not just a good bowls weekend. So this is one of the semi-finals. Briar Atkinson against Jaden Burns.
Yep. Good draw bowls, good first 2 bowls from these 2 players. Great bowl there from Jaden, dragging the jack back. Looks like they've settled down a little bit in terms of finding a hand to play.
Yeah.
They've got this playing this forehand, which is they're trusting that it will come back, get themselves to centre line. Briar's in the area here. Great bowl. Now we'll see if Jaden sets himself up for his last bowl with the draw, or if he plays aggressive.
Good line.
It's not bad.
Oh, top shot, eh?
Top shot. Just about stayed for second too.
So we sign that you don't often see that from Briar, that she wasn't all that happy with that.
Great line, probably just a couple of feet.
For some players, that bowl that's out to the left, as we view it in a moment, that one that's short and to the left, would be just in the road, wouldn't it? Now, gosh,
Yes.
can I get round that? Well, he's not only got he got under it the first time and almost perfectly round it then. But anyway, he certainly got the shot.
Yes, that is a bit of a trap some club bowlers fall into when they see a bowl about a metre short out. Oh, is it in my draw line?
Yeah.
And at the high levels, we're like, well, you miss either side of it, you're going to be close anyway.
Yeah, it's only
And
that wide.
chances
Yeah.
are, there's just a small bowl out in this huge green. Chances are you're not going to hit it.
Yep.
And yeah, there's just a mindset difference.
And what you don't want is a skip down the other end to say, just don't hit that.
Yes. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes, that's something. I've
Last
learnt.
words, hit that.
Yes, that's a good psychology trick. That's I learnt in my early days in the high performance system about when you're giving instructions, giving it in the positive
Yes.
instead of in the negative. So in the negative would be, do not be short, or
Yep,
as you
yep,
say, do
yep.
not hit that.
Yeah.
You say, instead of saying don't be short, you say reach the head, be up, finish behind.
Yep.
You frame it in the positive, and more often than not, the person you're delivering the message to is going to deliver on that.
Yeah, well, with that short bowl, would you be saying you can come under there, or you can get round that, or just ignore that bowl altogether? I just want you
All
to...
3 answers are correct, John.
Yeah, okay, good.
You passed the test.
Yeah, good, okay.
It's a multi-choice you pass.
Yeah. 7-6. That was a good measure again for Jaden Burns here.
Yes.
wearing the Petone Central uniform.
Underneath all that, there is a
Sure there
Tony
is, yeah.
Central uniform.
Yeah, but it's worth mentioning again, if you've just tuned in, this is the semi-final, one of the semi-finals of the Kittyhawks under 21 National Bowls Championships singles, and Jaden, who's been an influential younger player in Wellington for 4 or 5 years, decided to take a year out of bowls and only came back for this, basically. So a bit of practice during the week, I think that's all he's had.
Yes.
Yeah, and
It's amazing how much muscle memory there is with bowls.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Experienced the same thing when I was in Singapore and barely playing, and just you build up reserves
Yes.
of muscle memory, and at a point it will deplete. But until that point, you've still got it, much like riding a bike.
Yeah.
It's also good to see with these two that they're not really losing bowls that are, outside the 2 or 3 meters mark, particularly if they're short. Yeah, still giving themselves a chance.
And it's taken, as it does do, half a dozen ends sometimes in difficult conditions to sort of settle onto a side of the rink that you prefer and a length that you like.
Yes, and they have been playing short and medium length ends, which they're probably finding it easier to handle, and there's just enough wind to make a difference to the bowl.
Yep. And having just praised them both, Jaden throws down one that he realised he just let it go and he just threw his head back as if to say, come on, concentrate.
Yeah. So Jaden's got 1 in a measure there. Touch of the jack for to really make it 3 and put the pressure on would be great here. It's not bad.
Well, yeah.
Lovely bowl.
And even that slight movement of the jack might have been enough to give him 3 there.
Yes. How will Briar's response be?
She might just get hooked up, will she? No, she's under it. But weight let her down.
Yes, she'll be disappointed with that. Nothing for being short. In the other semi-final there between Henrietta and Cameron, it's looking like it's 7 all, which is a very good tight game.
Yeah. That was a 3 there to Jaden. So for the first time, he's taken the lead in this match. Always have trouble with these bowls, New Zealand pens. You and just constant. I finish up a day and I've got lots of scribbles as you try and get the ink.
You try and heat up
Yeah.
the nib and
Yeah.
hope it wakes up. In the other semi-finals for Division 2, there's one that's 6-5 and another that's 7-5. So good close games all around.
These two are having a good chat amongst themselves at the same time. It's not one of those matches where, and you see them, don't you, where people just don't want to talk.
Yeah. It's not Bryson DeChambeau and Rory McIlroy in here.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a handy start there from Jaden, keeping the pressure on.
Thank you.
Yeah, just having a look through those past winners again, in the when you've got the likes of Jamie Hill twice and Riker Gregory, Shannon McElroy, Matthew Gallup.
Yes,
Gosh,
Matthew
you
Gallup,
know.
World Champs medalist.
Yeah, Hamish Wilson, Kirsty Griffin.
Mandy Boyd.
Yeah, gosh.
Selena Goddard as well.
Sheldon.
It was a great change here from Jaden. 2 touches in a row. Of course, Paris Baker, world champion.
Yes.
Can't forget her.
No. Still out there doing stuff.
I believe she's moved to Australia.
Yeah, I think she
So-
played the Nationals, didn't she? She came over for...
Yes, so she plays for Tonga.
yeah, that's right.
That would have been probably Tonga's first gold medal in an international event.
Yeah.
Aside from Pacific Games, I'm not aware of the results on that, but yes, that was a big moment for Tonga.
Peter Thorne took a lot of credit for that.
Or it's Brian
Allegedly the
Dunn here.
coach. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. So it takes one out anyway.
That's helped their situation here. Jada needs to consolidate, otherwise Briar can set his bowl out for a multiple.
Briar's looking up, saying, it's not a measure. I know. You've got this, Jaden. Look at that. He might just get away with it.
Ooh, he's left the door open
Yes.
for Briar. She can come down on the forehand, either promote her short bowl a couple of rolls, or sit Jaden out another couple of rolls, and that would be 3 to her.
Yeah, there we are. That's a good shot of that, indicating what you've said, coming down on the right-hand side. Oh,
Or
no,
up.
was she coming on the left here? Coming on her
Her forehand.
forehand, yes. Turn her own over or move the jack back to where she's got a couple of bowls.
And once again, out last end, nothing for short.
Here we go. Promoting her own. Missing the jack. Missing everything.
It's a fair effort, that.
It was there. That's you like that though, don't you? You know, giving yourself a chance.
Yes. Yes, and I think that's probably what people associate with the Australian way of playing bowls, is reaching up and playing through. And that's also because they have bowls on the head.
Yep.
That if they mess up, it's not going to end terribly. Whereas that's a trap for some of the junior bowlers, as they see that on TV, they're like, oh, let me do that as well. It's almost a don't try this at home.
Yeah, should come with a warning. Interestingly, they didn't measure. So when we look at, and that's a problem for a marker, isn't it? You do a finger measure, but you don't want to be, unless you're absolutely convinced, you're going to say measure. And Briar was looking down, and you knew that Brian knew that Jaden had the shot, and she probably said to him as they walked up, "You've got it, mate," and they just kicked the bowls back. So
Yeah. It's marker's worst nightmare to
oh,
get a
isn't
wrong
it?
call.
Yeah,
You
it makes
give
you
one
not want to
wrong.
be a marker. So have you signed up for Bowls Plus? The
Yes, I'm
ranking
on there now. I
Yep.
don't believe I have a lot of history on there, because
No, I haven't
Wellington's
either.
been a late adopter of the system.
Yeah.
But I have seen there's a lot of data on there, so credit to Bowls New Zealand for coming up with that system and establishing it. There's a lot of work that goes behind all the data collection. And it's this, what is it, A to D grade, I think?
Yes.
Which is good. It's, a system that's familiar to those who have been involved with other sports like badminton and tennis. There's that grading system, and helps people work out where can I have a fair game.
Yeah. It's going to take some time for clubs. I mean, clubs see it, and rightly so, as the process for it all is going to require some work from an individual in a club to sort of keep putting the results in, and initially, and signing up people. I think you're almost going to get to the stage, if it's going to be adopted, is that when it comes to the start of a season, you're sending out invoices plus details on the fact that you should sign up for Bowls Hub, and therefore you will become nationally recognised or ranked. And there are some bowlers out there who couldn't give a toss about it and probably won't. So I'm not sure whether, if everyone doesn't get into it, whether it's going to be successful. But if I suppose you're calling them competitive or elite bowlers do, then fine.
Yes.
It'd be interesting to see how it goes. I know it, and I just saw Brady Amer wandering past, which made me think about it, because I saw a little comment from him on Facebook saying, you don't need this.
Yes.
So.
Yes, no, it is good for the social bowler. Doesn't need to worry about it.
No.
Jaden was in a bit of trouble this end and didn't get himself out of the hole.
Having scored on the last 3 ends, 2 or 3 and a single, to go from 7-4 down to 10-7 ahead, he really did need to solidify, keep the momentum going.
And that's just that consistency aspect. We expect when Briar didn't get here without having that consistency and always being around and not losing bowls, and she's reaped the benefits of that, and she's picked up 4 there. That is a brilliant pickup.
Wow. Big fight back from, and it happens, doesn't it? You pick up numbers, and then your back of your mind is, I mustn't drop a number.
Yes.
That's those negative thoughts, isn't it?
Yes, and it also goes to those situations where, let's say if this game gets to 21-20, this final scoreline, and you think, the last ball on the last, and I didn't do it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you actually had a couple of ends in the middle of the game where
Yeah.
you could have cut down a couple of shots, like Jaden could have there.
Yeah, quite often you have selective memory after games. Yeah. If it wasn't for that end, but you're thinking mainly the later ends, and if you pick up your card and go back, or if someone's carding for you, say, well, it was, remember we were playing those short ends, and then you threw the jack long. Those little things crop up.
That having self-awareness is a great trait to have if you're looking to improve. In the other Division 1 semi-final, Henrietta is leading 9-8 over Cameron. See if Brian needs to get back here. Jaden's got a chance to be bold. Jack in the ditch for 3. Would be a very bold call.
Yeah.
Bear Jack 2 down. No, takes looks like the safer option.
Good track. Flick off that.
Whip
Oh,
across.
gee.
Nothing for short. It was good effort that he played through it, but yes, that was very much an individual choice as to how quick you go.
There's another couple. So 13-10 now. This is the semi-final, one semi-final of the Kittyhawk and Under 21 National Singles Championships here at 9i in Wellington. Briar Atkinson of Paratutu, or Taranaki, against Jaden Burns of Wellington, Petone Central Club. And it's 13-10.
It's great to see the diversity in the geography of the people that have come to this event. You know, we've got Auckland, Gisborne, Taranaki, Wellington, Canterbury and Dunedin, and even Invercargill. Old Waihopai Club down there. Played Trans-Tasman there many moons ago.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Yes.
It's a stronghold now, isn't it, really?
It's great greens down there too.
Yes. Or the Southland region, I'm thinking, but certainly the greens, yeah.
Highlight of that trip was actually meeting Tim Shadbolt.
Oh, wow. He was the mayor then?
Yes, he was the mayor then, over 10 years ago. That smile, seeing that in person, that's a real thing.
He was a hard case. Gee.
Oh, Briar's had a good bowl there.
I saw a story on the Bowls New Zealand website the other day of one of the Southland clubs, small Southland clubs, and then the story went on to rattle off a number of the Southland clubs, you know, those country clubs that are there. So I've immediately said to a couple of my club mates, righto, we've got to do a Southland tour. I've played at a few clubs down there. The one at Tuatapere, with the Tuatapere pub, which I stayed there a number of times and played on the bowling club there, and you know, Otautau and places like that. It's really really good.
You'd do well in a geography quiz.
I used to. That's right, yeah. Well, Tuatapere, there's been a lot of talk about the Hump Ridge track down there, one of the... Yeah, and the Tuatapere is the starting point for that, so I'd been up there a couple of times and didn't walk up there, I got helicoptered up.
Hump Ridge, is that one of the Great Walks
Yes,
now?
it is now, yeah. Yeah.
Great development for that region. Oh, I'm surprised Briar went with this weight. Backhand runner around her own was looking good. She was wide, jack in the ditch. It's a conservative option there. Chances are she had third and fourth shot anyway.
If he doesn't get on the other side of that, that could have worked against him, but that's a couple of shots there, so he's back on the board.
It's interesting. Jaden's won 7 of the 13 ends so far, down by 1 shot.
Yeah, we've had 1 4 and we've had 2 3s, I think.
Yes. Both persisting with this medium and short sort of length. No one's feeling bold enough to go tee to tee. Which I believe is the Aaron Sheriff strategy. Loves playing those long ends.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
So I know when they played here, when it was gale force stuff,
Yeah.
they just took the mat right out to the as far as they could and just played short ends to the tee, didn't they? To the 2 metre, and then drove the jack into the ditch.
Yes, I did notice that even in the Trans-Tasman that was just played a couple of months ago here in the 9 indoor, they all the guys, Aussie guys, played pretty much short length.
Yep.
More often than not, mat back, jack short.
Yes.
Just I think they found that the most forgiving from their limited practice time here. But then, like you say, you know, they are very confident with their runs and drives, and shorter just distance for the bowl to travel, back themselves, it's a higher chance they'll hit.
I suppose too, if it's really windy, then the longer you're playing, if you're playing 2 to 2, then it gives the wind more chance to affect your bowl, doesn't it?
Right.
So shorter is sometimes better. This is a very close game, even though we've had fours and a four and a couple of threes and with twos. It's probably typical singles match sometimes, but 13-12.
Jaden's had a few
13
loose ones
ends.
here. Let's see if he can recover all with his last bowl. Changed hands to go play the backhand. Will it hold on? It's a great last bowl. He's cut it down, given Briar less room to draw a second shot.
Well, we've seen with a couple of her bowls in this game, she doesn't need much room at all, does she?
That's right. You've just proven it right
Whoa.
there.
Oh, yeah, and she's good. She's grabbed a couple out of that.
It's a great bonus bowl that Briar's done there. Two there to Briar. It's great to see that these players have consolidated through the middle third of this game, settled down into a drawing pattern, given the first sort of 5 or 6 ends of experimenting with what would be the most forgiving sort of hand and perhaps length to play. Now Briar's onto the final stretch. It's potentially 2 more ends for Briar. I don't think Jaden's going to let that happen. Conditions out there look to have stabilised as well.
Yeah, the greens are always good.
Yes, this is where Intercentre, National Intercentre the last couple of years has been played as headquarters.
There'll be live streaming too of the upcoming National Champion of Champions finals. They're coming up in July, I think. Most of those.
Across July and probably August. Is Briar gonna?
Gee, well, that's unusual, isn't it? All those bowls are the same length short of the jack. Unusual for these players.
Yes.
This one's not going to be short.
What sort of luck will we have? Not good luck.
No.
Let's see if Briar can add a second here, really put Jaden under the pump.
She was grinning as she let it go. I think she realised that, oops, I wasn't too sure what I was planning here. I just didn't want to be short again.
I hope Jaden's had a good look at this head to see how many second shots he had, because there's a chance he could drive her shot bowl out clean and have a multiple. Certainly reaching.
Oh, takes it out nicely, doesn't he? Was it enough though? Oh gosh.
Is it enough? One bowl target.
Yeah.
Pretty hard to hit, so he's done well.
That was outstanding.
Let's wait and see.
Oh, Briar's still holding the mat, and it is 2 to her, so it was a pretty good shot that worked against him. So moving a couple closer to that score of 21. It's 17 to 12 for Briar Atkinson. pretty good opener here from Jaden.
Yes, great.
Needs
opener.
to score really on this end.
Yes, needs to wrest the momentum back.
Pretty casual. He's got great way of taking his attention away from the game, what's happening there. He's very quickly onto the mat.
Yep. Having an ability to switch on and switch off during a game can be a useful skill to have, and that's something that often gets talked about in cricket, for example.
Yep.
You know, having a trigger to get yourself back into the moment, whether it's scratching the crease or trying to adjust your helmet, or if you're Steve Smith, you've probably got about 20 triggers.
That's right. Which one will I use this time?
Yes.
Briar looking for the jack here.
Great reply by Briar. That's class.
Jaden, forehand here. Move the jack back across to our right as we view it. That'd be pretty good for him.
Ooh,
Oh, gee.
That's a fair effort.
Yep.
Briar needs this ball to be past the jack for some insurance.
She hasn't changed it at all for him. The same
Jane,
line. Oh,
go
is he
straight
changing
down
hands?
the middle here.
Yeah.
If Briar's ball killed. Ooh, it's
Gee.
interesting result.
I think it's worked against him.
Yes.
And may well,
May
rather
well
than
be
being
two
one down, he
down.
might be two. One. Just the one. Yep.
Just one.
So Briar Atkinson moves a step closer to capturing this semi-final and moving into the final of the Kittyhawks under-21 national singles.
Does look like the wind has died down, but the drizzle is a little bit stronger.
I hadn't even noticed that. You're right, it is. Yeah, it's just this, the hills to our left, it's south, certainly getting a bit not quite as clear to see, though a bit misty there.
Good thing we're a sport that can play in the wet.
Yeah. And also, if it gets really bad, we'll move inside here.
Yes. Briar again with another front toucher. Great start. First bowl effectiveness. I know our coaches will be proud of that.
All these players under 21.
Yes. The other Division 1 semi-final Henrietta is 12-9 up over Cameron. Must be lots of singles and low scoring ends going on.
Yeah.
Do you have a plan for wet weather bowls, John? Or
Well, I've told the story that when I played at Brighton in Dunedin during the Nationals once, and it was really wet, and Andrew Kelly was on the next rink to me, and he came across and said, "Stop trying to dry your bowls, John. You know, you'll never get your bowls dry. If you worry about dry bowls, then it just takes your attention away from the game. Just, you know, let them sit a bit more in your palm and get used to playing with wet bowls." I've never been able to really play with wet bowls, but it stuck with me, and I thought, there's no point in, you know, wiping furiously, because as soon as you put your bowl back in your hand, it's wet, isn't it?
yes.
So tactically, no, I just hope that they'll call it off. What about yourself?
Well, Jaden's always missed out again there. I like giving the bowls a light wipe so they're partially dry, but I find it trickier when it changes from wet to dry because the bowls get a bit glassy, and so that's where having moisture for me allows me to retain grip on
Yep.
the bowls.
Do you use anything on your fingers?
No, I'm just pretty much put water on my cloth,
Yep.
and then dab my fingers on that. Yeah, so then I can grip the bowl. I need that little bit of moisture. But yes, I have heard that advice go around many a bowler in terms of don't wipe your bowls, particularly on natural greens
Yes.
where it can pick up bits of the weed or grass itself, and you can actually not wipe it, and that bit of debris that
Gives
sits
you
on
grip.
the bowl can give you a little bit of added grip. So yes, there's definitely merit to that advice.
So 1912, Briar Atkinson just a couple of away now from capturing a place in the final of this. National Kittyhawks and under 21 singles. Oh, here she goes.
Yes, will she join the likes of her fellow former New Zealand or current New Zealand representatives who have been in the final? Like Mandy Boyd, Selena Goddard, Amy McElroy. I was about to say Brenton. I can't actually recall if she was a McElroy in the 2014 Com Games or
No, I don't
around
think.
that
I
time.
think she was not a McElroy back then.
She was a medal winner though.
Yep.
Glorious shot from Mandy Boyd last end of that bronze medal final.
There's that's a person who, who's been a superstar really, and yet is not
Yes.
involved so much. Mandy Boyd, gosh.
Oh, that lady knows how to bowl though.
Yeah.
Tell you what. Jaden's just missed out there, so Briar's currently looks like she's holding 2 and holding game. Can she consolidate?
No, is the answer.
Yes, and that's where the third bowl out of your 4 is a great sort of pressure changer in the game. Your first 2 set up the head, and your third can either really hammer the pressure onto the opponent or, relieve some that's on you.
Oh,
All Brian needed to do was reach there. Let's see if Jane will be aggressive. Jack back gets him 4.
yeah.
Or does he try and draw to keep himself alive?
So game here. This could be the final bowl of this semi-final. The way he's only just missed with his last one, I wonder if he'll just try to capitalise here and say, right, I'm going to pull the jack back. No, he's going to try and draw this, and he's not going to.
Draw weight.
And so I think there'll be a shaking of hands here as the pair go down. Briar carrying the mat. They go down, and yes, we just see Jaden turn to Briar Atkinson and shake her hands. It'll be Briar Atkinson who goes through to the final of the Kittyhawks under 21 singles final, having beaten Jaden Burns 19-12. A stunning result when you consider that she had been up by 7-4, and then she succumbed really with some scores from Jaden, which took him up to 10-7 ahead, but then a 4-2, and then 2-2-1-1. So she scored
7 of the last 8
7 of the
ends
last
she's
8
won.
ends, exactly, to go through and win this by 21-12. So a dominant performance there from Briar Atkinson. We'll be back to show you the final, whoever that will be between, certainly Briar Atkinson and someone, with Henrietta Scott leading when we looked across there a few moments ago. So thanks, Ewan, and you join us again, will you please, when we have the final coming up at about 1 o'clock, I understand? Yep, stay tuned.
someone I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on.
3 days of tense, exciting, high-class singles action has come to a head now at the Nine Eye Bowling Club in the Wellington region, and it is the final of the Under-21 National Singles Kittyhawks Championship. It's been a fabulous competition over these last 3 days, as we've had 32 of the nation's leading youngsters battling it out for a place in the final. And the finalists are, as you can see on your screen there, Briar Atkinson, Taranaki, and Cameron Horo, also of Taranaki. So these two under-21s have made a big mark on the national bowl scene over recent times. Some wonderful success, national recognition, and now they know each other so well, they've ended up playing against each other in the final. I'm joined again by Ewan Wong. I'm John Macbeth, and we're delighted to bring you this final. The rain has eased. There was a bit of a drizzle out there, but by the time about 35 pizzas have been consumed and 6 tons of chips, we're all ready to go, and the weather's fine, Ewan. Not bad.
Yes, it's a great setting here at the Kittyhawk finals, and 2 great players, so really looking forward to this matchup.
So this is Cameron Horo of the Rahutu Club in Taranaki. Incidentally, just to let people know what high quality these two are, many will know of Briar Atkinson and her elevation to New Zealand representation, but these two won the Taranaki, their respective Taranaki Open singles titles during the season, so not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
So we've got Cameron Horo here playing with Streamline XGs, and Briar playing with the black coloured Redline SRs.
Which brings us around nicely, I think, to the prizes that are up here. I know there's a set of Taylor bowls for the winner, also a cash prize, and then there's whoops, where are we? I've got the page here somewhere. So $500 cash and a trophy. There's a male and a female trophy, or not necessarily trophies that are sexed that way, but a trophy for the top male and a trophy for the top female, and an overall trophy which will go to the winner of this match. So some good prizes there.
Yep. So that was 2 to Cameron on the first end there.
So we did watch Briar Atkinson win her semi-final match, and while she had a bit of a rocky stage in the centre of it, she eventually won 7 of the last 8 ends to move from 10-7 down to win the match 21-12. And who did Cam beat in his way
So
through?
Cameron beat Henrietta Scott.
That's right.
In his semi-final, so that was 21-19. That score was very close the whole way through, and Cameron played a drive with his last bowl, got what some would call a good result, hitting some short bowls and clearing away the short bowl to win the game.
I think I wandered past a conversation you were having with him, saying something like, "You played really well. I'm not too sure about that last bowl."
May have said something like that. But no, he's top bowler. It's great to see him come up through the ranks. I think another thing to point out as well is that Cameron is actually the defending champion for the Kittyhawks, and also Briar is the Bowls New Zealand National Under-21 champion.
So it's fitting that they should be meeting in the final. Both Taranaki representatives. Ooh.
Toucher there from Cameron.
How far did it move that jack? She just checks with the marker to see what the situation is. I think she'll still be 1 down there. It didn't appear to be moving far enough to... Oh yeah, gosh, look, it did move quite a way, and she's played this beautifully. Gosh.
What a bowl.
Yeah.
What a bowl. toucher as well, probably made it too. And that's that third bowl again, you know, really switching up the amount of pressure that
Yes.
each bowler faces.
Yeah.
Because with the third bowl, there's only going to be one bowl for Cameron to fix things up. Let's see how aggressive he plays this.
Looking to sit the shot. Might get a bit lucky here.
Ooh, that's certainly a turn and a wobble.
She can make it 3 here if she plays pretty much exactly the same bowl as her last. She can move the jack fraction and get it. Not that way though. Oh yeah, ends up with just a single, I think. But some pretty good bowls there.
Yes, it's a very good start to this game. That's 1 to Briar. Just looking at the conditions outside, yes, it is overcast, but there is a lack of wind
And
Don't wanna jinx
moisture,
it.
I think.
They say you can't beat Wellington on a good day, but in terms of bowling conditions throughout this whole event, it's actually been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's definitely been worse out here. Trans-Tasman last season comes to mind with some... Is gale force winds, putting it lightly?
Yeah, I don't know what the next step up is, but then, as we know, we went to Auckland for the World Champion of Champions.
Oh,
and was
yes.
flooded, and so it just doesn't matter where you go really, unless you're indoors, and people don't want to play indoors all the time. This is a real test out here with the conditions having an effect, with the changing of the speed of the green as the sun comes out or the moisture dries off or as the day wears on a little bit. There's all those things that a bowler has to contend with, and that's really what makes it such a wonderful sport.
Yes,
Well, it
that
helps to make
variety
it.
in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
It's actually interesting to see with the grips. Cameron looks like he more palms the bowl, whereas Briar, it looks like more of a fingertip.
Yes, quite clearly illustrated in those two shots that we saw, Ewan. Yeah, you see that. You can have another look if you're keen. Just
Or press the rewind.
Yeah, yeah.
if you're watching on the
You'll
live
see it because they
stream.
won't change. You see how he does have the bowl sitting back almost in the palm.
That just shows there's not one right way
No.
to bowl. I mean, in terms of people who palm the bowl, Selena Goddard is someone who comes
Yeah.
to mind.
Yeah.
You know, I think she uses a size 3, whereas if you were to go by the standard textbook, how do you measure your hand size against what size bowl you should use? It'd probably be like a size 0.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, which is making a C with both hands.
Yeah.
Touch your middle fingers and your thumbs together.
It was a handy bowl there from Cameron because he could have, as he had previously done, promote his own bowl, but instead he was slightly narrow and made it a bit awkward there for Briar to get through.
Right, so Cameron is 2 and a measure up. So let's see if he can make the most of this.
It's quite a good conversation goes on, and you'll see it throughout this. They know each other very well.
Yes, they do. That will run out.
Yes.
To be another counter. That's a great pickup there
Yep.
from Cameron.
And that's a 3 at least.
And those sorts of bonus bowls don't really get appreciated until you get to the nitty-gritty of one extra shot here or there.
She's conceded. She's conceded a handful so before, Cameron was willing to get down and measure, but oh no, is it only 3? Was it 4? I thought
Let's wait and
it must have
see.
been 4 the way they were doing it.
These kids just have good eyes, don't they?
I know. It's another thing that annoys me. I was in watching some of the other games inside after our match had finished, and so it was 6, yeah, so it was a 4. And the speed with which the youngsters are playing the game, their ability to size up the green immediately, the track they want to take, just stand there, glance up, away they go, play it with, in general, really fine weight. And they play like veterans, some of them. Gosh.
Yes, in a way, it's almost like as if you're taking a shot at netball in terms of any sort of pre-shot routine. It's just a look at what I want and do it. Compared to, let's say, golf or tennis, you know, you got Rafael Nadal pulling his hair, pulling his shorts before every serve,
And requiring absolute silence.
yes,
See, bowlers don't worry about that. Golfers require absolute silence. Tennis players.
very meticulous pre-shot
yeah.
routines.
And that's not their pre-shot routines are all the same. The bowlers,
Yeah,
aren't they?
that's
They're
right.
Meticulous pre-shot routines, certainly, but
It's just a lot
not
faster.
to the same extent. Yeah, quicker. It's a nice shot there. We might see a bit more of that. That long shot where you can see the bowl leaving the bowler's hand and then the arc that it takes to get in there. So here we go, both using that same side. That's a clubhouse to the right, and you can see the track that this is taking, and you can also gauge by that just how good their weight is. It looked to be racing up until about the stage where it takes its break, and then you can see the weight come off, and it ends up being a perfect bowl, just short of the
It's a
jack,
great
but
bowl.
the shot.
Yes, in fact, the camera there on the side is probably just about halfway to the jack, so it's a good reference point for
Yep.
when the bowl starts to really turn. Oh, has Bry got second shot there? If it is, that is very useful. Let's see if Cameron decides to be aggressive and sit it out for 4.
So she changed hands because that shot that's sitting there of Cameron's would only be promotable for her. Here we go.
So
that's-
Bry's got an option here to be aggressive, jack in the ditch, because her shot that is sort of holding out Cameron's other ones is fairly safe and fairly away from the target. So it looks like she's winding up. Yep, she'll be disappointed with that. But missed on the correct side. If
Yes.
she missed to the left, always
Could
in
have taken her
danger
own
there.
out and ended up with another 4 down, but she's 3, I would suggest. It is.
3 there.
So a 4 and a 3 in consecutive ends, not doing Briar's chances much good, except that she is Briar Atkinson, and we know that she has that ability to get up and win against any player in the world, basically.
Yes, as former national champion singles winner. Also national peers finalist, wasn't she, down in Christchurch?
Yes.
With a Tanith Pot character.
And as you said, completing her nurse's training, I think this year, isn't it? And so she
Yes.
must be just about due for some time out anyway of bowls. It's a long season for these players and big demand.
Yes, and particularly with a nursing degree, given all the practical component of the degree, having to do the hours at the hospitals, it's definitely been a struggle for her to manage that around the bowls calendar. So Cameron here, lovely weight again.
Pryor will be up for this though. She loves a challenge. And look, if she sneaks around that short bowl, she'll be on the jack. Oh, Gee, good position though for her, and Cameron knows that.
Great reply for her. So Cameron definitely has to be past the jack here because Briar's got all sorts of options if she to play heavy through the blue to help her get the shot.
Not quite where he wanted, but still, you never know. Here she comes, looking to move that jack. Oh, it's another chance for it too.
Yep. So Cameron's got a choice here. Does he gamble that Briar's going to miss again and try and draw for third, or does he try and cover the other side where Briar's bowls are?
Well, it'd be just nice to see him just come round behind the jack and sit inside her Briar's bowl, which is dead at about 5 o'clock here. So if you could just get around there, that would be nice. But of course the risk is that he takes the jack with him. Oh, he's going to be deliberately short and doing, hey?
It's a friendly game.
Yeah.
Here she goes. She could get both. What a shot.
Oh, well, great
What a
result.
shot.
He even gets Chris Lander of Bowls New Zealand applauding.
And that's what happens if you leave the door open.
Yeah.
These players, they're good enough to take that opportunity, play those conversion shots.
You know, that's a situation there, Ewan, where you're thinking a player's almost is in a really difficult situation. I'm 2 down. I'm not getting it anywhere near. My shots are limited. And there's something about, with those shortish bowls, being able to even just punch them slightly ahead, because you'll take the jack with you. And if you're behind, as she was, then it's likely to go your way. But you still have to play it with a perfect weight. You still have to play the shot, don't you? But
Yes. And that's also the value of having back bowls.
yes.
If those bowls were short, it's hard to score when it's like that.
The speed with which these two play, we're not going to be testing the time limit. Oh, there's
Yes,
no time limit, is there?
yes, there's 21 up, no time limit,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's respots.
Yeah.
So that's also another factor in terms of strategy. You know, you can't play for a kill, you have to play for what happens if it goes on the tee.
A fine line between a superb, accurate, majestic shot and one that just ends up going nowhere. So thank you, Ewan, for your assistance during the semi-final and this final thus far, and the big thing of lollies that you're taking with you, sadly. And we'll welcome in Blake Signal, who's, along with Brady Amer, been instrumental in getting this competition underway and through successfully. How are you, Blake?
Yeah, good. Good to be here.
It's a pretty high-class final so far we've seen, even though the score's rocketed out to 9-3 after just 5 ends. There's been some outstanding play, as you'd expect from these two.
Indeed, yes. Yeah, we've got two of the top up-and-coming players in the country here. Briar's already well established herself as one of the better bowlers in New Zealand. Part of that blackjack squad that's very dominant for the women. So
It's an encouraging handful there for shots to Briar at the moment. Perfect green from these two on this end. So having picked up a 4 on the third and then a 3 on the fourth, 7 shots over 2 ends to go to 9-1. Cameron Horo, the defending champion, finds himself 4 down.
He might have just snuck in for third shot there. Not sure.
Oh, in fact, he'd cut 2 out according to the marker, so that's not bad then. Just saying how much you sort of enjoy the speed with which they play. No messing around as the...
Very much Briar, I don't think you'd even know if she was winning or losing.
No.
She's just very emotionless. Very casual with the way she delivers her bowl, but it's always the same every time, isn't it? So
Yep.
5 and a little bit.
They're just happy to play it.
be interesting to see how that goes if it gets a little closer a bit later in the game. If they're still as casual as that. All the competitive juices
That's right.
fire them up.
There's bragging rights at stake here. These two from Taranaki, they've played each other. They know often. They have been in rep teams together. They know each other very well, and each one wants to win this one. Cameron, the defending champion.
Well, they're both sort of defending this title here. Briar won the New Zealand under-21 singles last year, so this will really see who's the dominant player, I suppose, in under-21 bowls in the country. Both exceptional talents, though.
Yeah. And is from Taranaki, which just continues to succeed, doesn't it, on the national scene?
Yeah, they've produced a lot of really good young players recently. You think of Aidan Zitterstein, who's now playing over in Australia. You've got Nathan Gooden, who's also a top up-and-coming player from the centre.
And there's not sure how many came here. These two, and
we had Luca Dobson.
that's right. Yes.
Yep. So, I think we had 3 or 4.
Luca Dobson. That's right. Three from Taranaki, I think.
Yeah.
Cameron.
And Finn McGaw.
Oh, yeah,
McGaw
Finn.
too.
Yeah,
Finn
yeah,
McGaw too.
Finn
He's a very friendly character.
Yeah.
Flynn, he's really, really good too. That's a great shot there by Cameron.
Gee.
Wow.
He promoted the bowl up of Briars previously to be down.
Briar just tops on the mat so
I
casual
know,
again
it's
and just rolls
unbelievable, isn't
it up and I'll just draw another one. That's
Yes.
okay. Hands in her pockets.
She's probably saying to him, I dare you to have a go at that.
Yeah.
What are you going to play, Cam?
I don't think there'll be any weight here.
No.
He would... he's throwing that one away, really. He must be holding shot there. Yep.
Yep, he is. $10-5 then. Cameron Horo. This is how they got there. We saw Briar Atkinson beat Liam Keegan, and then it was Jaden Burns who beat Jacob Inch. Some close games, those quarterfinals. Briar went on to win against Jaden Burns, and then on the other end, Henrietta Scott and Cameron had a ding-dong battle in their semi-final after Henrietta had beaten Tal White and Cameron had accounted for young Geordie McEwen. So we get to the stage of Cameron against Briar in the final.
I tell you what, that semi-final between Henrietta and Cameron was absolutely enthralling. went right down to the last bowl. So there was a lot of excited people thinking it was going to be an all-girls final out there. So she played exceptionally well, and of course she won the under-26 pairs a couple of weeks ago up in Auckland, Henrietta, with Hannah Dawson. So
Yeah, she's had a pretty good season.
These girls are starting to show the way for the boys.
Yeah.
So Cam's got a lot on his back here to try and show the girls that the boys have still got some play.
Every male bowler in the country is pushing you on here, Cam, urging you to win this. And I think we see the Geordie McEwen. It's interesting here at Nino, a lot of people weren't aware of the young McEwen boys and their expertise or their exploits in Australia at the Opens last year, and then the fact that they've represented Otago, and they have played all over the country and that, and people were talking about these little kids there. But they're almost veterans now, aren't they?
They're well
They've
seasoned.
played 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah, they're well seasoned young players, and as the finals going on, I wouldn't mind betting that they're in the indoor arena here. This is a great shot by Cameron.
Yeah,
wow.
gosh.
We're on a display of bowls here. That's sensational.
No, you've got about that far in front.
But yeah, the two young fellas, they've been hopping off the green, playing during the day, and straight into the indoor at night and playing on the air all night long. It's a sight to behold. I'm sure I used to do that once upon a time. It was so long ago I can't remember.
They're great.
Oh, she's trying to get around that bowl. Oh, wow.
So what do you play here, Blake? You play backhand or something like that?
Cameron, yeah, he'll just be looking to sit that jack high bowl on the left there, or let's play the backhand, and as the rain starts to come down again a little bit.
Damn. Here we go. So as we see past the jack, you'll see there's a bowl of Briars just sitting there, and if he can match that, then that'd be good. That one has just gone past, but that's not a bad position anyway.
No. Well, it makes Briar think she might not be able to play with weight here, because he already has a toucher and the back bowl now, so she could still drop a 2 or a 3 if she does play with weight. I almost feel like she played that second bowl so well on the backhand drawing. No reason why she can't do that again. Looks like she's going with a weighted option.
But hard to push just one ball. Oh, it's not bad.
She's around that one.
Yeah, that's good. Can't have missed by much.
No.
So 12-5 now. Cam Horo leading Briar Atkinson. We're live here at the Nine Bowling Club. Easter Sunday. It's a culmination of 3 days of intense competition in this Kittyhawks National Under-21 singles. 32 players, a mix of male and female, and we're down to this final featuring 2 of Taranaki's finest, Briar Atkinson and Cameron Horo.
It's been an absolutely fantastic weekend, and there's really showcased the talent that New Zealand does have around the country at that under-21 level. Really exciting, and I would just like to mention our sponsors today. Obviously we have Taylor Bowls New Zealand. They've kindly donated some prizes for us for this event. We also have Francis and Kurt Burgess from New Look Kapiti. They're a very big influence in our youth program here at Bowls Wellington and help us immensely. So huge thank you to Taylor and to New Look for their support, along with Bowls New Zealand, who who have also helped supply some of the medals and trophies for the event. So when Brady came to me a couple of years ago and said he wanted to bring back the Kittyhawks, it was a big operation, and it's slowly but surely getting back to that level that we had prior to 2018.
And it's not going to diminish in popularity, I don't think, Blake, with more and more youngsters taking the game on, and particularly, as you set an example here in Wellington with your college bowls, a rangatahi competition you have going here with, what did you say, something like 40 players now, is it?
We have 37 players now in bowling clubs that are under 21.
That's right.
And our college bowls competition this year, I think we had about 140 players total.
Yeah.
So, there's definitely plenty of youngsters that are wanting to give the game a go.
So here's Cameron looking to make this 3 shots here.
Yes.
Just becoming a bit damp, but it doesn't worry players at all. I mean, part of their training is to handle difficult conditions, not let them upset you.
Probably be a bit disappointed with this end here. She sort of fought to get herself back into the game, and she's just let.
It's going to have to be a last bowl.
It's going to have to be a last bowl adjustment here. It's an unusual Wellington rain. It's not coming in from the side like normal.
No, it's almost normal.
Yeah. He's got great weight control.
Yeah. That's 3 bowls right along adjacent to the jack. So perfect weight. And now won't be the first time that we've seen her pull something out of the frying pan. Well, she cuts 1 out anyway, maybe 2.
Yeah. I think she's probably 2 down there.
Yeah, but certainly, as you say, not an end that meets her high standard.
No.
Measure for 3rd.
Yes. She'll give him a bit of stick for that there, I'm sure.
I'd say so. First to 21, it's 14-5 in favour of Cameron Horo, the defending champion. Just looking at those results, and I see you've got them there. Has anyone successfully defended?
Well, yes,
yes.
There is a couple that have done that.
Yeah.
So we go back to Jamie Hill was the first one to win it 2 years in a row. That was 99 and 2000, and that was backed up straight away by Riker Gregory, who won it in 2001, 2002. Then we're looking. I think that might be it. Back to back. We do have a double winner or 2 here. Oh, Mandy Boyd won it 2 years in a row as well, when it was a split boys and girls competition. Sheldon Bagri Howley has won it twice, but they weren't in a row.
And it looks like we're going to have to call on volunteers to wipe the camera.
I tell you what, we've been very lucky with the weather here this weekend. Really, like this has been one of the. It's been expected to be terrible all weekend, and we've sort of been able to get away without too much issue.
Sometimes you have those games, don't you, where, you know, I can get inside that or just around it and I hit it.
Yeah.
And
For sure, and her high standards would be a lot better than what she's delivering up here at the moment. She's definitely...
if she's got the
Definitely
weight,
just-
she's got the line, but she
yeah.
hasn't. Wow.
She's just...
Yeah.
The handling of the bowl might be just... You see her wiping her bowl there, and maybe it's just... Sometimes I go with no wipe of the bowl just to help keep that grip a bit better. Cameron's done the old trick of change your hand and draw the shot. This has got a lot more promise, this bowl. Oh, didn't need that little rub.
So more than one.
Yeah, it's looking like 2 again.
So 4 ends in a row. Briar Atkinson has remained on 5, while her opponent Cam Horo has scored 3 twos and a single. Yeah, that's about where he had the mat going in this direction last time. Hauled it out a wee way.
It's the old adage, you know, you don't have to be close to the kitty, you just got to be closer than them to the kitty, and I think that's a game that he's just been able to get closer than Briar. Especially since the rain has come in, the quality has just dropped off a little bit.
He's left it open there though for Briar if she can get back to something like her normal self, and she has, so that's a good opener for her.
That is.
Notice a lot of teams, and Wellington is one of those, who've now got shorts with the chamois on the sides of the legs.
That's a good shot by Cameron there. He's backed up a poor one with a good one.
Which
Yeah.
is really good because your cloth can sometimes get really damp, but it's also a matter of just sort of a habit forming thing, isn't it? Just wipe my hand there and then get the bowl into my hand.
I very much use the chamois on my shorts.
Do you?
And
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Produced by another sponsor of Bowls New Zealand,
Yep.
Dynasty Sport.
We're lucky to have them as one of our sponsors.
Yeah.
Well, Cameron's, well, he was coming in a bit hot there and has probably got a little bit lucky with that, but
Well, Brian needs to get into these as well, and she's going to get caught up in the traffic. And
well, she's coming to a point where she really needs to score here.
Cameron just checking who's got the 2 metre covered. He's got the the most back bowl. Way out there to the left. And he's probably got the closest to the 2 metre as well.
Yeah. He probably doesn't want to fatten this up any. It's sort of a scenario where she's going to struggle to get both of those bowls out. So something just away. He'd want to be leaving a gap. Try to draw another, but leaving a gap.
But yeah, a third shot that's just not going to be impacted by a weighted shot that she might play.
Yes. And he's...
That's okay.
Yeah, look, he probably would have liked that to be a little bit further, jack high, but...
Four.
Oh, and that's... Oh, that was a disappointing attempt there from Briar.
So it's another 2 shots there to Cam Horo as he marches on now. Really is marching on with this.
Well,
I think it's 16, is it, or 18? What have we got there on the board? That is 18. Yep.
18, yep.
I've missed out on one of those ends. So he's gone 2-2-2, 5 twos in a row to move from 10-5 up to 18-5 ahead.
yeah.
3 away from victory then, and the retention of his title. Kittyhawk's National Under-21 Singles Champion for 2025 is about to be determined here, but we should not preempt because we've seen many games over the years, Blake, where someone is well in front and then finds themselves absolutely under pressure to win.
Exactly, and there's been a fair few in this competition already where someone's been well and truly in charge and then all of a sudden just sometimes takes winning an end and changing the length. So Briar really does need to try and win this end if she can to try and make a bit more of a game of this. She's on a pretty good line here. Just the weight's going to hurt her a touch. This is very good bowls here.
Yeah, and I wonder how far now will she hold 2 or 3 up, 2 up.
Well, Briar needs to be making sure she's there. She's just on that wide line though. And she could find herself in a... Well, I'm surprised.
That he's changing hands.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
he's just drawn 2 bombs.
Yeah, look. I guess he's playing a cover bowl here.
Yeah.
But I would have been saying if you're good enough.
Yep. I've got enough points to play with.
Enough points to play with. She doesn't seem to like this one, but well, it's on a good line here.
Yeah.
Oh. On another day she would have set that full.
So Cameron Horo moves to match point here. He's at 20-5. And he needs 1 to go out.
Indeed, in the box seat.
Look at that scorecard you've got on there. 1 then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Yep.
6 twos in a row.
That's yes. See Mark Jacobs out in the background there. That was Jordan Keene's father, who's been here helping all week. And I must say we've been very lucky to have a huge amount of volunteers here helping Bowls Wellington run this event. Plenty of past parents from Kittyhawk years. So we've had Graham Down and Con Curtin, so Seamus Curtin's father, and Bradley Down's father. They've been here helping out, which is great to see that they know what the Kittyhawk spirit is. Oh, Cam's going for the kitty in the ditch here.
Whoa.
Cheeky.
Yeah. So if you're not aware of it, if he'd taken the jack into the ditch and stayed right alongside it, as would likely be the case, then it's almost impossible for his opponent to draw the shot.
I was lucky enough to play a Kittyhawks final when I played against Riker Gregory, and he did that exact thing to beat me. He put the kitty in the ditch with his first bowl.
Wow.
So it's maybe a bit of a tradition for Kittyhawk players to try it.
He's still playing some mean bowls, isn't he?
Oh, look, he has a run at it and then he draws one
Yeah,
right on it.
that's great.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But also volunteering for the weekend also, we've been lucky to have Kath Thompson, who's doing the marking in this final, bowls New Zealand umpire, as well as Dat Mowat too, who's come from Dunedin to help out. So absolutely fantastic to have these two ladies come and support our young bowlers here.
Come on, Briar, take the jack back. Come on, move it back to yourself. Come on, there you go.
Good. Briar's saying, not yet, buddy.
Yeah. Top shot.
It is.
And look at her. You wouldn't know she's just played a bomb there. She just looks around. Change of hands here, I would say, from Cameron, the way he's looking at that. Try to sit onto his own bowl, which is second shot, and pop the shot out.
Yeah, he's got a lot of shots to work with here, so he can probably take the odd risk or two. There's always a chance that he could take both of his out. Or he's not playing with a lot of weight.
Just to get round his shorter bowl. No. So he's got one on the bank because he drove with his first shot. That one joins it. So Briar will, unless she does something strange with this, will extend this game, and if she touches her own shot bowl and moves the jack back a fraction, she'll get 3 out of this. She's not going to. See, it's a single, so for the first time in 8 ends, Briar Atkinson scores in this final.
Oh, I'm not happy where she's put that match. She's basically put it exactly where Cam has been playing, and I think this is a time that she really needs to change it. I would have been taking it right back to the 2 and extending out the length here, but she's sort of just played the exact same length that Cam's been playing, which is a little bit of a shame. I thought if she was going to try and change it, this was the time. It has to be the time.
Yeah. Pretty good line here from Cam.
Cam's played really good weight this whole game, hasn't he? We've commented it before, but he seems to really have the pace of the green down. That's not a bad one from Briar here. Just past.
Yep, you're holding Mum.
Good position though, favourable position for her. Options opening up.
Would expect to see these two in the Taranaki team for the under 26 five-a-side later in the year, which we host obviously. This year we're changing the date a little bit. It's going to be in August. Taranaki won it the first year it was up, and were runner-up last year. So they're always a good
This bowl here,
competitive team.
about 700.
It's good to see that Bowls Auckland have got a youth event up, and of course we've got Burnside under 26 singles. So we're actually starting to see a bit more of that youth back happening again around the country. Well, this is a big bowl here.
Yep, it's her last.
Yeah, those two are about even. It's definitely that one in a measure.
She's thinking about playing with weight here, I think. She is playing with weight. For the bowl. For the kitty.
Oh, gee. Well, that's it. That will be the final, done and dusted, and it's Cameron Horo, one of only 3 men to win this twice in a row. Riker Gregory and Jamie Hill. Yeah, and now Cameron Horo adds his name to that list. He doesn't look all that happy with it, but he played much better than Breyer on the day, and he certainly deserves this. A tremendous run through to the final by Cameron, and he wins this by 21-6, beating Breyer Atkinson in this final. The cards signed, the players will get ready for their presentation, the prizes will be allocated, and again it's thanks to those sponsors that Blake has already mentioned, Taylor Bowls and New Look Carpety, as well as the 9 Bowling Club and Bowls Wellington and the team. So that's the Kittyhawks under 21 national singles title, decided here this afternoon at the 9 Bowling Club in Wellington. It's Cameron Horo from the Rahotu Bowling Club in Taranaki beating Breyer Atkinson of Paratutu Taranaki by 21-6.